We're going to see the Errdisable recovery mode in action, I hope, here in this particular video, in this particular lab. And the change that I've made here on Fast Ethernet 0/2, the only one really, you can see it's secured down next to port status, so you know that I have the port administratively shut down. But what I've done is changed the maximum MAC addresses to 2. We had it at 3, and we know that we have 2 statically configured ones for that interface. We've seen that in several of the past videos. And as a matter of fact, I'll just review it right here. We know we still have those 2 configured addresses from an earlier video. And since we set maximum MAC addresses to 2, now it can't learn 1. So when that source address of 001B D4C2090 comes in, the port should go into error disabled mode, and we know what we have to do from there. But before we open that port and allow that to happen, we are going to put error disabled recovery into action. And we're going to do that with the error disable recovery command. And by the way, I know that there always seems to be a hyphen in error disabled, but in this command there actually isn't one. So we've got error disable recovery. Let's try that again. And we've got cause and interval. Notice that this is not a port level command. I think this is the first non-port level command we've really run into with port security. That's because this is not a pure port security command. As you're going to see in a moment, you can use it for just about anything that's going to that can put a port into error disable mode. So we've got error disable recovery. Let's go with cause first. And this is a lot of causes. That's a lot of causes, a lot of different ways that a port can go into error disable mode. They barely actually don't quite fit all on one screen. So you do have the all option at the top where it enables the timer to recover from all error causes. That's a little heavy for us right now. We're going to stick with the port security. Pardon me, goodness, the port security violation. And that is right here with P-Secure violation. So that's what we're going to go with here. And we're always happy to have no options. So really that's it. First you have to pick the cause. And let me show you, there is a show error disable recovery command. And this is going to show you whether it's been enabled or disabled for every single one of those reasons. And you can see the only one it's enabled for right now is our port security violation. The other important value we see at the bottom is the timer interval 300 seconds by default. We're not going to stick with that. It's also going to list the interfaces that will be enabled at the next timeout. And in this case, there aren't any. Because we don't have any that have actually been put into error disabled mode because of a port security violation. Let's call this command back up, and we're going to change that timer. Okay, interval. Got me. Interval, and the minimum we can set it to is 30 seconds, so there's no such thing as an instantaneous recovery attempt from error disable mode. So let's go with 30. And no options, and so far so good. We'll go ahead and verify that before we open that port and make the port go into error disabled mode. And let's try that again because I came out of it too early. There we go, the timer interval's been set to 30 seconds. So we're all good there. Let's go ahead and open that port. And I will stand by to send some pings when I see the interface come up. And let's give it a moment here and see if we end up in error disabled mode. And there we go. So we're seeing what we expect to see. We're seeing that because of a port security violation was detected and it's been put into error disabled mode. I'll go ahead and run the interface command. Actually, let's run show error discovery. And now you can see at the bottom that port is listed interfaces that will be enabled at the next time out, and time left is 11 seconds. Grab a swallow there, and now we're getting a message that we haven't seen before, and we'll see if this is successful. It looks good so far. And you can see it's an error recovery message attempting to recover from P-secure violation error disable state on fast Ethernet 0/2. Then the interface comes up and then the line protocol comes up. And now we're getting another port security message. And this is why I was hammering early. You know, we always have to fix the problem before we try to bring the port out of error disabled mode. And that's the problem right now, of course, is going to keep going into it as long as it keeps getting some kind of data from host 2. So it is not perfect. It's not going to fix the problem for us. But what we need to do here is just go ahead and make the maximum of 3 addresses, something like that. And then when it comes out of error disabled state, it will stay there. But I did want to show you that particular feature. So let's go ahead and try to get that fixed. We're going to do an interface fast 02 first and do a shut, so we don't have to keep running into that. And then we're going to do port security. Nice try. Max 3. Let's see if that works. Let's see what happens here. Let's just sit back for the ride. I'll take a sip while you take one. So everything's come up so far. Let's check our address table. Actually, our error recovery table. Looks like everything's good. And we're enabled, secure up. We love that. And you can see the maximum MAC addresses did take effect. And now we are showing 3 total MAC addresses. And even better, no security violation. And that's it. So now we have 1 secure sticky address, 1 secure dynamic address, and 2 secure configured addresses in our table. And you also got to see the error disable recovery mode command, which in the right place is a fantastic command. That wraps up our time with port security for now. We're going to head into .1x based security next. And then after that, we'll do some span and some other great stuff. So I'll see you on the very next video.